Alright, hey guys, back for another tutorial session here, and this is for the Desert Open Tournament Pro Division. And here you can see the way that my bag is set up now. This is going to be basically my go-to bag for this setup. But for the most part, we're going to focus on a lot of quarterback, a lot of sniper. We won't use much of anything else. So, with that in mind, this is what I recommend for a standard bag. We're probably going to stay out of the rough, stay out of the sand. However, if, well, I mean, there really shouldn't be a reason, but, if we fall off course somehow, then I do recommend putting on that longest option. In my case, it's going to be a Nirvana. But without much more to talk about really about my bag, let's just go in and go for this. So I will be entering Pro here, and we are going to get underway. So here you can see the very first hole is the old redesigned par 5. So what we're going to focus on here is just getting the ball in play. That's part of the reason that you see me bring quarterback, as it's easier to hit the fairway with this club. So one of the things that you'll see me do, I'll test the landing zone. You can see that I'm pointing maybe 7-8 rings down from max OP, where you can see that red line indicator. So what you're going to see me do is I was testing that land zone because that's where I wanted to land, and I'm going to adjust for another ring or two because you can see it's slightly angled. But in terms of my power, here you're going to see me, you can see how much power I'm adding. It's so minimal, and there's no reason to bring a fancy driver or anything that's going to potentially risk going into the rough there. So you can see that I just lay up into the middle of the fairway there, and I'm able to put the ball in play very easily. So here you can see my opponent also catch perfect ball, get up through there. One of the advantages you see me going with the Titan, it's going to make the second shot a lot easier to have that extra length. So what I recommend, Katana, Titan, something that's going to give you some distance. Here you can see where I'm going to set up is very much towards max here. So if I'm setting up towards max, and you can see that I'm kind of favoring, it's relatively flat in this general vicinity, so that is kind of what I recommend for a land zone. You can see that I'm tilting the ball guide plus keeping it a little bit on the shorter side. That's very intentional. Aside from that, I'm going to go relatively close to max ring adjustment, keeping in mind that hopefully that tilted ball guide is going to straight out after I actually play the rings. So here you can see that it comes in very centered, and I actually am able to get the albatross. So that is a very rewarding thing, and you can see how you're just going to focus on hopefully perfect ball. Also the way that you go about setting up, just being very methodical with your ring play. Rotating the screen, your pull angle that you rotate the screen at is just important as everything that I did for my shot setup. So it's not just play these rings, make the shot. It's just one of the many steps that I kind of discuss, and you can see all my movements. They're very precise, and all come together to hopefully get you to be able to, execute the shot. So good luck there. I really don't think that you need, for the Pro Division, any other real tips other than QB and Sniper. and maybe Katana or Titan at the very least. It's going to be very straightforward approach. Just try to get that centered up in the fairway and give yourself the best chance. So good luck, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.